Learning about food deserts sparked my interest in hunger work. When I traditionally thought about hunger, I thought that it was in other countries. I didn't know that we had hunger right here in Central Kentucky. So once I found out that we do have hunger issues here in Central Kentucky, it has sparked my interest to learn more about why people are hungry. So I took my first trip to Ghana in January 2010, and that was to do my master thesis research. I took my second trip in May of 2016 as the co-leader, and I took my third trip to Ghana in May 2019 as the program director of the Ghana study tour here at the University of Kentucky. Okay, so in Ghana I've done research for my master thesis to look into why students there were hungry, and what we found was they were not hungry because they didn't have access to food. It was that they were hungry because their parents had to get up early to go to work. So when the students would go to school, they were hungry, and if they did go home for lunch, they would miss instruction. So we wanted to then look into how can we provide food for them while they're at school so that they can miss less school time. We also looked into what kind of school feeding programs that they had in Ghana, what areas they were in, and we also looked into how we could get more school feeding programs in more villages. So my first trip, we saw that they didn't have many school feeding programs in the kindergarten schools, but the government provided resources for them to have school feeding programs in the primary schools. And as we know that nutrition is most important for growth development in younger children, so we wanted to look into see how much they have expanded those school feeding programs. So the last time that we went, more kindergarten students are getting fed, so everybody's happy. We're starting to see that the government is also employing more women farmers to help sustain these school feeding programs. So that not only gives the opportunity for women to make money, but it also helps to sustain the school feeding programs so that there's more food and access to food year-round. If you're interested in doing global work, my biggest thing that I would say to you is to just get started. It seems overwhelming when you want to look at global work and doing things internationally, but I would just say just get started, and being involved in organizations such as Universities Fighting World Hunger is a way for you to learn how to get involved and to make an impact. No impact is too small or too large. So I've noticed that the students that we take to Ghana, they're interested in helping others, but they don't maybe always know how they can help. They're interested in learning more about food and how others eat. And I've noticed that, you know, when we started the trip, they're nervous, they're not sure what to expect, and by the end of the trip, they're looking for ways that they can make impacts back home, ways that they could give more to other people. So as the leader of the Ghana study tour, it's just really interesting, and it just really warms my heart that I can provide them with this type of experience so that they can go on and help others. It's not just about taking an international trip. It's about, you know, being a servant to others and figuring out how we can just do just a little to help other people. So.